The room was dimly lit. The bunk bed's lower bunk still had a lump under the blanket. Alright, everybody, welcome back to some more Umineko when they cry. To recap last part really quickly, or I say really quickly, but we'll try our best. We had Battler finding George's body in the morning when he woke up, along with everyone else who died in the cousin room. Uh, you could argue that maybe Battler, when he went to sleep at night, went to sleep and didn't even notice that their bodies were there, or not. If you'd like to suspect Battler of being the culprit, you can do that too, even though Virgilius said in red that he wasn't the culprit. But anyway, Battler found the bodies. Everyone else was talking about the bodies. Then Erica came in saying that she wanted to inspect the situation and the magic circle in that was also drawn in the room. Um, they tried arguing against her, saying, "No, no, no, you can't come in here. Respect our privacy. Now that we've witnessed our family or powerful families' deaths." And Eric just goes, "No, you know, I'm willing to let you mourn and all, but detective's authority in red. You're going to let me see what's up here, and you will listen." And almost like an atmospheric aura was working on them. They forcibly almost let her in to inspect the situation. But yeah, and then we cut back here, over here, to Kanon and Kumasawa, who are now going over from the kitchen to the servant room to wake Genji up, because apparently Genji's been grouchy and he's overslept. It's rare for him to do, but he's done that apparently. He's overslept. Come on, Genji, be better, do better. So yeah, and on the way, on the door, there was a tape, and it seemed like it was signed Frederica Berncastle, who we know is Frudo Erica Berncastle. It's obviously signed by Erica. She put that there. I'm wondering if Erica put that there on purpose so that she can use it she can use it as a way to argue for who the culprit is, right? Because the door can only be opened if you rip the tape. So I wonder if Erica did it on purpose so that then when she tries to investigate the situation, if Genji is dead, obviously he's dead here, we're gonna find his dead body in a second, Erica can then go, alright, so the person who ripped the paper up was Kanon and Kumasawa when they first entered the door. Cool! Kanon's the culprit, for example, or Kumasawa was an accomplice or something like that, right? Because they were the first to rip up the paper. And just saying, I mentioned it last part, I'll mention it here too. Kanon, someone who I think is very heavily involved, is the first person to come over here to rip that paper up and to open the door to the servant quarters here, where Genji's body is, right, where his death is. His corpse. So I'm just saying, if we didn't already have enough reason to sus Kanon, there you go. In episode 1 as well, he was the first person to go to Eva and Hideyoshi's room when they were killed. I'm just saying. Kanon is. And why is his corpse disappearing every time? We can bring back episode 1 as well. Kanon in episode 1 was wilding, Although, to be fair, someone did make a great counterpoint to Kanon's quote unquote death in episode 1, saying that, sure, he wasn't killed by anyone, he didn't die in an accident or anything like that, but there's nothing against natural death happening to Kanon in episode 1, which is fair. That is in the cat box, I'll allow it. That's a good counter argument. But you cannot deny, even if it is a red herring or something, even if I'm trying to be led to believe that Kanon is suspicious, you cannot deny all these episodes, there's been a running theme with Kanon that has been a bit weird. So, like I said, we shall put extra focus on Kanon, Shannon, Nazi, Jessica this episode. Just that's this circle of characters. The Islanders in general, more than likely one of the islanders is the culprit. More than likely, some of the other islanders are also accomplices. The outsiders could also be accomplices if you think about it, because they could be offered gold, and we know they all want money. So there's that. But I'm not gonna be too quick on suspecting any of the outsiders to be the culprit now that we know so much of the situation at hand, like the telephone lines being cut off from the external line. Not saying that none of the outsiders are capable of that, but I'm just saying if you add on that evidence, well, I say evidence, that's if we are willing to trust that that's the case, that with every other thing that we've been shown or told, then it does line up to make us believe that the culprit is someone from within the island. But anyway, let us keep reading and let us see what this lump under the blanket is and on the bunk bed. Here we go. Apparently, Genji was still sleeping. Apparently. And apparently you believe that. Good morning, Genji-sama, says Kanon.
Genji-san らしくもない。朝でございますよ。
This isn't like you, it's morning.
Genji-sama.
Alright, Kanon has discovered the corpse. And now I can finally read up on Genji in the character file, but I think I'd rather wait until we see Krauss' corpse as well before we read up on Genji. But yeah. There was a large dark red stain on the blanket. Black Liliana, interesting soundtrack usage. No Golden Slaughterer, by the way. Something a commenter mentioned last part, well, in a joking manner at least. Golden Slaughterer has not been played during these deaths, and not on this death either. We've gotten Black Liliana, so... Though this was one of the servants' blankets, even those were always kept clean. There was no way they would have a stain like this. Kanon hesitantly peeled back Genji's blanket, saw what was left of him, and was shocked into silence. Ah! He's also gotten the throat cut across treatment. Alright, just like the others. The sharp cut. It does lead to believe that the person who's killed Genji is the same person that has killed the other four in the guest house. You know, or at least it's been done in a very similar manner of murders. No 7 stakes being used. You couldn't cut through flesh like that without a blade of considerable length, says Beelzebub, my favorite steak. Battle of the Middle, right? Yeah, why are the killings continuing? Why are murders happening? In any event, this isn't good. We should report about this to Beatrice-sama and Natsu-sama. Oh. Belfe, hurry report to Lucine, to Lucifer. So, okay, they're going to report to Beato and Natsu, so... Leviathan and Belphegor here are in the meta world of Natsu's illusions, not in the meta world where Battler and Lambda and Burn are at. Okay. Understood. After dashing out, Kumasawa called Gora and Shannon over. Alright. Then, this new pair let out screams identical to the first two. You know, I like to say Belphegor is my favorite, but Beelzebub is so fun. At any possible context. I'm hungry! And she can be going on. Beelzebub, I'm hungry! Hey, Gora, don't stop making breakfast! I love that. I love her personality. It's just food. I love it. It's simple, but I love it.
そんなこと言ってる場合じゃないでしょ
is has it ever been the time for Beelzebub to say she's hungry? She's brought it up every single time someone's died. If she's on screen, she's going to say she's hungry.
2日目の朝食は決して静かに取れやしないってわけだわ嫌な予感がする源氏だけで済まないかもしれない屋敷内を確認するわよ他にも何か起こっているかもしれない
You're saying there's no chance they'll be having a quiet and peaceful breakfast on the second day. When have they ever had a quiet and peaceful breakfast on the second day? That's wild. Never happened.
お姉様
Man, the seven stakes and the JoJo poses they make are also really good. Speaking of JoJo, by the way, I finished part 6. Yeah, yesterday I binged the whole rest of the third core that came out for part 6 of JoJo, Stone Ocean. Wow, the whole journey was awesome. The ending, no spoilers. Don't worry, no spoilers. If you whether you're a manga reader or not, or if you've watched it as well, no spoilers. But the ending is unbelievable. It makes me just wonder how part 7 is gonna go. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. I just wonder how that's going to work, considering the way part 6 ended. Holy crap! But yeah, just want to mention that real quick. Just remember JoJo came out. I hate the batch releases from Netflix side, by the way. Netflix, please. If whenever part 7 gets animated, and if you get a hold of part 7 of JoJo, Netflix, please um don't release it in batches. We know we can do a weekly release schedule. You did that with other series, so I know you can do it with this. I know that you did it with Komi-san, because the only way to watch Komi-san was through Netflix. So I watched Komi-san Can't Communicate on Netflix, and that was being released weekly. So what's up with that? Why can't you do that with JoJo Part 6? Remove so much hype out of it, even though I feel like JoJo's been part 6 has been really good. I think it's been a great adaptation. Some iffy CGI, I'm not gonna lie, some weird you know shots, but overall really good production, really good. But anyway, I'll continue. Nazi sprang awake at the sudden sound of the phone. To Nazi, the fact that she'd woken up was surprising in itself. So right, she thinks she would have gotten murdered during the night. Yeah, nah. Nazi was told to stay in her room the entire night. So the culprit has done a good job of giving her no alibi and making her very suspicious to everyone else in the family, including Erica, who's going to suspect her very soon. And yeah, now she's woken up. So it seems to me like Nazi did actually listen to what the culprit. I'm seeing the culprit. Her child, quote unquote, on the phone was telling her to do. She listened to his orders and actually went to sleep and did everything and followed through. So she had thought she was going to spend the whole night unable to sleep out of fear that the mysterious man might come in at any moment. But at some point she must have fallen asleep. Yeah, that's crazy. Of course, she didn't. She still didn't feel rested at all. As she groaned from the dull pain in her head, which hadn't gone away once since last night, she managed to get out of bed.
おはようございます夏日様
Lucifer immediately relaying the message.
おはよう
So now I'm really wondering if Lucifer is going to be able to relay this message to Nazi, even though Nazi's in her room. So physically, Nazi should not be capable of knowing that Genji's dead right now. I wonder how that worked realistically, like not in the magic interpretation. How did that actually work? That Nazi currently has already been told of this information if it wasn't through this phone call that she's about to get from whoever's going to, whoever's calling her to tell her that, hey, so, we found Genji's corpse.
最悪の朝です。
Good morning, it's a horrible morning.
ご安心を。誰も部屋へ立ち入ろうとはしませんでした。
No one attempted to enter this room.
そう。不審番をありがとう。
Thanks for keeping watch all night. Even so, that didn't mean she had been able to sleep peacefully. The continued ringing of the phone made her headache throb even more strongly.
電話にお出になられた方がよろしいかと。あと、良くないご報告が妹たちから。
It will be wise to answer the phone. I also have some bad news to report for my sisters.
良くない報告は後にしましょう。
Let's leave the bad news for later. I've had enough for now. I'm probably going to get bad news from this phone call anyway.
先に電話を取ります。
Answer the phone first. Okay, but if she gets the information about Genji through the phone, then fair enough. We don't need to explain the magical happenings around that. We can just leave it for later. You know what I mean? Then we don't need to argue. We don't need to figure out how Natsu's able to know Genji's dead, even though she was only told this magically. But okay, we're good. Natsu shook her head to wake herself up, and picked up the receiver. Then she regretted not listening to Lucifer's bad news first, because she wanted the first thing she heard about on this horrible morning to be something better than this. Wow, even the bad news from Lucifer is better than this. What, is the man going to talk to you again? Like, hey, good job, you followed through. I'm glad you listened to what I told you to do last night. Oh, it actually is. It actually is. Oh, okay. It actually is her child talking to her. I was thinking maybe one of the servants is calling her. But wouldn't it make more sense for the servants to just knock on her door to tell her, hey, yo, by the way, is Genji's dead? Yeah. So this phone call coming from whoever the culprit is, or whoever this child is, makes more sense. Sleep well, mother? That voice told her that this horrible morning, this nightmare, was still not over.
約束は守りましたよ。私はずっと部屋にこもっていました。もちろん電話もしていません。でも、この電話には出ちゃったよ。それは。
Hey, you told her not to get on the phone, but you never told her not to get on the phone tomorrow, as in the day after, so... I think she's safe. Hey, it's a wake-up call. Natsu gripped the receiver so hard it creaked. What the hell is this kid on about?
何を始めるつもりですか?
There's someone I wanted to hear? Huh? Who? There was the sound of the receiver being jolted around. The phone was apparently being passed to someone else, but there was a clunking, clattering noise, as though it was taking a lot of effort to hand the receiver over. Huh? Okay, that was a wild voice I just made. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that moan. It was more of a what's going on sort of confusion sound, but that, yeah, I'm sorry. Do not Yeah. Alright. Do not make a voice clip of just that half a second sound, please. Please don't. God damn, that would be horrific. Who in the world was he giving the phone to? From what Nazi knew of this man, no matter who he was giving the phone to, it couldn't be good news for her. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. So Krauss is alive. I really thought Krauss would be the sixth death of this first Twilight, but Krauss, well, he still can be. He still can be if the culprit kills him right now. Then that's six deaths still, or maybe there's a sixth person that is, or maybe they could also be planning to use Kinzo as the sixth death of the first Twilight. That has been done before, so there's no issue of with doing that now. Huh. Untie me. You coward. Cross, say the name of the person you're talking to. It's not actually not his child, right? It's someone you know, right? It's the culprit. Who is it?
あなたなの
Is that you, dear? Untie me, okay. It was without a doubt the voice of her husband, and she wouldn't mistake the voice of her husband because she's been with him for decades. So I'll be willing to believe that if this phone call is real, then I'm willing to believe that she did actually hear Cross right here. However, he didn't respond to Nazi's voice. Perhaps he was bound somewhere in the darkness. Krauss, not realizing that Nazi was on the other end of the phone, repeatedly demanded that he be untied. Ooh. If Krauss is in darkness like the narration just said a second ago, that would mean that Krauss hasn't seen the culprit or hasn't seen the person that has tied him up, which means Krauss wouldn't know who is doing this to him. That would make a lot more sense than going, "What are you doing, Kanon? Kanon, untie me!" That would make a lot more sense. So, I'm gonna guess he's in that dungeon room you sent. He was also sent in the previous episode. He's in that same dungeon room because we know there's a phone there too that can contact people from outside the dungeon. Again, the dungeon is another place that I'm actually kind of willing to believe exists because the gold should be somewhere around that underground area. So his eyes and ears are covered, so he can't talk. But I think you can tell he's in perfect health. His eyes and ears are covered, so he definitely can't see who the culprit is. He can hear his voice though. But But I mean, we can hear his voice too, and we can't tell who it is, other than it being Batter's voice actor. But apparently, we should just go along with thinking it's a young man's voice and nothing too much more.
何が目的ですか
What are you after?
夫を解放して
Although it does strengthen my Shannon Canon theory because this person can do multiple voices. He can do a male voice, a female voice, and now this young man voice. So it does strengthen that theory. Although I don't know how they're so capable of, switching up their voice so much, especially from male to female, especially from Canon, even though he's only 16, he does kind of have a bit of a deeper voice. So being able to switch a voice like that is insane. Of course, voice actors are very talented. You could argue that this person is a voice actor and is therefore capable, or he's practiced his voice, he's capable of doing multiple voices. But such a drastic change from having a deep young male voice to having a female voice that is as light as Shannon's as well. Shannon doesn't have has a pretty high pitched voice. It's very impressive, right? And even though if you're a voice actor, you can do many different voices. That's still Why do you have to let my husband go? You let him go tomorrow, but everyone's gonna die by tomorrow. The bomb's gonna go off, boom boom. If you'll keep to promises, that is. What are they? Oh, baby.
クラウスの姿が見えないと騒ぎになるだろうけれど、母さんは何も知らないから何も口出しできない。わかるね。
わかります。
So the culprit here, I'm assuming this person is the culprit. They could very well not be. That is a rash guess from me. You could say. Is choosing to keep Krauss alive on purpose rather than killing him like he killed the rest of the family members and Genji. Is choosing to keep Krauss alive maybe to torment Nazi that much more. So clearly targeting Nazi here.
もう一つの条件は
What's your other condition?
ちょっとしたゲームだ。今日の昼の1時になったら、屋敷の1階の一番手前の客室に入り、クローゼットの中に
At exactly that time, okay, 1 in the afternoon, you'll go into the foremost guest room on the first floor of the mansion and hide in the closet. Okay. Okay.
客室どうして私がクローゼットの中などに
Why should I go into a closet? He's probably gonna say something along the lines of you're not permitted to ask questions, maybe?
ちょっとしたかくれんぼだよ。
Hide and seek?
誰にも見つからずに、そこで1時間隠れていることができたら、母さんの勝ち。もし誰かに見つかったら、母さんの負け。
You're saying it's a game of hide and seek, yet you're telling her where to hide. At least automatically you know where she is.
負けたらどうだというのですか。
別に何もないよ。遊びってそういうもんでしょ。このかくれんぼに付き合ってくれたら、明日には夫を解放するよ。
その約束本当に守るんでしょうね。
母さんこそ守ってよ。約束を破れば、僕にもわかる。
That is what's really spooky here, is this man over and over saying, if you break our promise, I'll know right away. If you do something that doesn't follow my commands, I'll know right away. This person is insisting on saying that. Obviously, to scare Nazi even more into doing that. That is a classic thing to do, right? It's like, oh, if you don't do what you're told, I'll know. So make sure you do what you're told, right? Because you know what I mean. That sort of, you know, inflicts the fear even more. Is telling them that, you know, hey, listen, I'll know. There's no way you can do something that's secret from me. I have eyes all over you. Just then, there was a sudden, loud knock on the door to Nazi's room. Her heart leapt automatically. Kanon is here to greet. Okay, so could that mean Kanon is not the one making the phone call? Let's not make a quick decision about that. Let's wait a second. Good morning. It's Goren Kanon, okay? The voices coming through the door were Kanon's and Gora's. The knock had been wild, and the voices a little shrill. It seemed that something strange had happened, and that they were agitated. Did something happen? Ooh! The young man is not aware of what's going on right now with the door knocking. But Kanon and Gora on the other side of the door. Okay.
なんでもありません。
Or maybe he knows and he told Gora and Kanon to go knock the door, and he's just asking Nazi what's happening so that maybe he'll know the signal of, okay, now they've arrived at Nazi's door, cool, I can hang up now, or something like that, right? Maybe.
使用人が来たようです。もう切りますよ。
I'm hanging up.
僕の言いたいことは全部伝えたからね。じゃあ、約束破らないでよ。
わかりました。あなたこそ約束を破らないのですよ。
違うね。母さんがそれを決めるんだよ。
僕に約束破らせないでね。母さん。
Alright, Lambda.
今日一日母さんを見てるからね。
Clack! Lambda Delta slammed the receiver down on the antique phone. Then the phone exploded into bits and changed into a spray of gold, which became a group of gold butterflies that disappeared.
踊ってちょうだいね、夏日。19年前の罪に怯えながらね。私のターンも順調よ。さあ、ベルもどうぞ。
Your turn now, Burn. Alright, Burn. You're in the middle of investigating the 4 corpses. What's up? And you also put the tape there, so what's up? Toten Blume. Toten Bloom. New soundtrack.
警察通報を通じて内外の通信可否を確認。
Alright.
外線は使用不能。
The external line is unusable, just like always. Cool, cool, cool.
内線は使えるみたい。
Okay, internal lines can be used, okay?
台風で船も使用不能。
Okay.
クローズドサークルの出来上がりかしら。
Wait, have you heard the soundtrack before? It does sound like one of those soundtracks you've heard at the end of an episode, or a tea part or something. But that isn't used again, typically during the middle of episodes. But it is? Ooh. I like it though, I do like this soundtrack. I guess that completes this closed circle, huh?
おめでとう。これでベルンが完全に探偵に昇格ね。
Congrats, you're now a full detective, Burn. Ooh, the sound. Sorry, I'm spending too much time listening to this soundtrack. Alright, I'll continue. Police intervention sometimes robs the detective of some of her authority. However, with the construction of the closed circle, the existence of police had been denied forever. Forever! Ah, so now she's a true detective. Oh, true detective. Oh, that's a show that exists. From now on, the authority of the detective piece would be completely guaranteed. Detective's authority in red.
はいはい、ありがとう。ごちそうさま。それじゃあ、早速ゲーム開していこうかしら。
Erica, you're the main character. Now, begin. Here we go. MC. 5 people have been killed, 1 has been kidnapped. Shannon is relaying the information here, okay. It was so horrible. Sliced neck.
僕が新駅になるのに不審者を引き続けるなんて。
Yeah, yeah, totally, Canon. As if I'll believe what you say. I can't believe that. Even though I had the midnight shift, I didn't notice anyone suspicious. Canon. Canons. There's something going on with Canon, that's for sure. If you bumped into the killer, you might be the one dead right now. Then what if Canon is the killer? How about that, Battler? Ever thought about that? Yet at no point did you try to suspect Canon? We're really up the creek now, says Hideyoshi. And that means it's very likely that the killer is still nearby.
なんですか。台風が過ぎて船が迎えに来るまで私たちは人殺しと一緒にいるというわけですか。
Does that mean we're trapped here with a murderer until the typhoon passes and the boat comes?
大丈夫ですとも。こうしてみんなで一緒にいれば犯人だって手出しは。
If we all stay together like this, even the killer won't be able to lay a finger on us.
しかもだって
Nazi's here in the parlor as well. Even Jessica, I can't believe it. Yes, your daughter got caught in the crossfire as well.
私たちミスミス殺されはしないわよ。
Eva, your son got caught as well. Unfortunately.
ジョージの敵を撃ってやる。許さない。誰が犯人だろうと何が理由だろうと私はジョージの敵を許さない。殺してやるわ。殺してやるわ。
I swear I'll get revenge on whoever killed George. I'll kill them. I'll murder them. Yeah. And when Erica says it's Nazi, what are you gonna do then, Eva? This is what I'm scared of. Of what Eva's going to do, or how Eva's going to react once the detective Erica declares Nazi the culprit. Eva's going to be the craziest one here.
はい皆さん泣き言は十分にご静粛に。
Oh, Erica, you're so funny.
クラウスさんはまだお見えにならないのですか？
I love her attitude. Alright, everyone. Chop, chop. Got the weeping Nazi system? Let's have some order, please. Sit down. Alright. Has anyone seen Krauss yet? Let's try to get the information in order.
さっきから電話をおかけしているのですがお出にならないのです。
We've been calling him for a while, but he isn't answering.
外れていると。
Could the receiver be off the hook?
呼び出し音をします。聞こえていないはずはないのです。
No, we could hear it ringing. He would certainly have heard it. Nazi?
どういうことだ。まさかクラウスおじさん。
You don't think Uncle Krauss too?
やっぱりね。こんな時に不謹慎だけれどゲストハウスの4人に伝授されていたね。もう一人いるだろうと予想はしていた。
I figured there would be one more. Why do you think, Kitty? Why do you think, huh? It's the epitaph, huh?
どうしてそんなことがわかるのよ。あんたが犯人なの？
Are you the killer? That's how you know?
あんたがジョージを殺したの？
Did you kill George?
やめなさいエヴァさん。今はそんなことをしとる場合では。
Now is not the time, says Nandro. Eva got agitated and grabbed at Kitty. Nandro stepped in between them and it grew into a bit of a scuffle. Yep, so Eva's already reacting like this now. That's why I'm really wondering how Eva's going to react when she finds out that according to Erica, Nazi's the culprit. Watching this, Erica smiled condescendingly and shrugged.
でしょうね。ゲストハウスの現場を拝見した時点で6人の犠牲は読めて当然です。4人しか死体がなかったのであとの2人は誰だろうと思っていたくらいなので。
In fact, I've been wondering who the other two would be ever since I saw there were only 4 corpses.
なんでそんなことがわかるのよ。
How could you know such a thing?
あんたが殺したの。
You killed him? Well, no. She's confirmed in red that she hasn't killed anyone. So, Erica's actually the only one here other than Battler confirmed not to have done the killings.
あんたがジョージを。
You killed George!
予算かエヴァ。エリカちゃん、キリエさん、なんでそんなことがわかるんや。適当なことは言わんといてや。
Can't you think before you talk?
簡単な連想よ。 ハウスの犯行現場に書かれていた落書きは魔法じゃ。魔法と殺人から連想するものを考えた。
I just saw the things that are connected to both magic and murders. I see. The epitaph. It's the first Twilight.
どういうことですか？
What's going on?
いえ、私にもさっぱり。
I don't have a clue either.
そういうことか。魔女め。
Is that how it is? A dang witch.
これはやっぱりベアトリーチェ様の仕業なの。
So is this really Beatrice someone's doing? Alright, so both Canon and Shannon are onto it.
あんたたち何を勝手に分かった風なこと言ってるのよ。私にはさっぱり分からないわよ。説明なさいよ誰か。
Someone explain. I don't have a clue.
だからエヴァ、少し落ち着くんや。
Calm down a bit, Eva. It's hard to keep Eva calm once George is dead. A hard thing to do.
そういうことです。ある犯行現場の魔法陣を見た時点で、この殺人が自分の第一の場合をなぞった味方殺人であり、犠牲者は6人であることは想像できていました。
I had a hypothesis that this was a murder following the epitaph's first Twilight, and that there will be 6 victims.
ただ魔法陣がそこに存在。
Oh, here we go! The infamous line! Ashy's doing the pose. All it takes is the presence of the magic circle, and a deduction like this becomes trivial for Frudo Erica. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Say it. Say the line, Bart.
フルダエルカは
Yeah! She said it. She repeated what I said. Let's go! The line. She said the line. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen?
いかがでしょうか。
Let's go. Alright. I love it. I love her catchphrase. I love that this is her catchphrase. And then we gotta hear her say, good. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? All it takes is the presence of X, and a deduction like this becomes trivial for Frudo Erica. Nice.
クラウスおじさん、殺されてるってのか。
Nice. You're saying Uncle Krauss was killed as well.
そうだとも決めつけられません。ここに来ないのはクラウスさんだけではありません。もう一人いらっしゃいます。
Krauss-san isn't the only one not present here. There's one more. This is true. Ahaha. For just an instant, Natsu's brow furrowed. As she feared, she wouldn't be able to avoid the topic of the study.
まさか。親父、
Wink, wink.
おい、誰か書斎には連絡したんだろうな。
Hey, someone must have contacted the study, right?
もちろんお電話させていただきましたし、ノックもさせていただきました。ですがそのお返事はなく。
There was no response, according to Gora.
当主様はご自身の研究に没頭されたようです。
Hey yo, is it time to be immersed in research when your family members are in the middle of dying? People are in the middle of dying on this island.
時に電話を嫌い、受話器を外し、ノックを無視することもあります。
He sometimes leaves the receiver off the hook so that calls would not disturb him, and even ignores knocking at the door.
しかし呼び出し音がちゃんと。
Oh! But the line wasn't busy when I... Oh, Gora! Oh!
とにかく主人の無事を確かめる方が先です。主人の寝室へ行きましょう。
Remember, Gora is not one of the people that knows about Kinzo, so Gora's not going to be on Nazi's side to follow through the lie. Our first priority must be to ensure that my husband is alive and well. Let's go to his bedroom at once. Okay, so Natsu's first priority is to ensure that her husband is alive and well. Kinzo, yeah, no. Everyone else is like, okay, she's okay. Well, obviously she knows what's going on with Kinzo, but from everyone else's perspective, they listen to this and going, okay, so her first priority is her husband. Kinzo, yeah, he's not murdered. The line is there, but and Gora's saying that the line is there, but let's find Krauss. That's the first priority. Natsu stood up in a flurry and dashed out into the corridor. Rudolph and the others immediately chased after her, telling her to wait.
さあさあ皆さんもご一緒にサンリューミステリーもサンリュースプラッターも単独行動をとる人から死にますよ。はあ、言わんやこのゲームも私しかり。ベアとってばサンリューだわ。
Beto truly is third rate. That's disrespectful. But hey, I'm in for it. Oh, but in third-rate disaster and action movies, it's the ones who act alone who survive, isn't it? I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies like that in general, to be honest. But I guess that's true. Weird. Hey. Don't take it from me. Take it from the visual novel, y'all. Is this Natsu's Beato or Beato? Is Beato back in action? What's up? Now her hair is not down, so it's not dull Beato. Even though the epitaph has already been solved, who's behind this farce?
ラムダデルタ教の駒と思われる19年前の男とやらの仕業かもしれません。おっと、そんなはずもありません。
Ah yes, that can't be true because there's only 18 people on the island, hmm?
これまでのゲームですでにベアとは赤き真実で、金像が消えて18人以上は存在しない。18人目は存在しないと明言しているわ。
She said that in red, and Erika's appearance makes no difference.
そして今回はそれにエリカが一人加わって19人目が存在しないと明言されている。
Nothing changes, so Wagwan, what's up? And Erika's not the culprit, so what's up?
19年前の男とやらが島に入り込む余地なんてないわ。
There's no room for this man from 19 years ago to appear on the island. But you can make, well, Gup, you can make thieves, you know, that would make it possible for this man to appear. But how they coincide with previous games is the better question, and actually just trying to make this certain man appear for this specific episode.
ならば、19年前の男は既存の人間の中の誰かが語っているか。さもなくば。
Or else?
赤で19人目が許されずとも、そこに19人目を紛れ込ませるなど。
Yep.
わらわならば魔女ならば造作もなくやってのけるがな。
Okay, that's what you're saying.
面白くなってきたぞ。もうしばらく様子を見させてもらうとしよう。
You could also make the argument that someone's already been dead, just like Kinzo. But you could also, there's also other ways to insert this 19th person in here. But you know what? I'm not gonna try to argue for that right now. So, why don't we watch how things unfold for a little longer? Alright, so this seems to be a different Beato than the doll Beato in the other meta world. Alright.
それにしてもラムダデルタ教にベルンカステル教のいよいよに我がゲーム版にて好き放題を始めよ
う。分かっていてお招きになったのではありませんか。
Didn't you know that would happen when you invited them?
退屈を嫌うわ。わらわも魔女なれば同じこと。この想定外さえも魔女なれば想定される喜びである。よかろう。受けて立とうぞ。
Bring it on, she says, alright.
受けて立つのは上等だけど、まずい流れよ。わかってる？
Things have taken a nasty turn, you know that, right?
ですが、様子見を気取る段階とはやや。
わかっておる。
I accidentally skipped what Ronnie was saying there.
このまま行けば、金蔵の存在が再び蒸し返される。書斎の結界も長くは持たん。
So this is Nazi's illusion.
それだけじゃないわ。さらに厄介な展開になるわよ。いい？1手、2手、3手。詰めて。夏日。
Ooh, already suspecting Nazi. Already seeing that Nazi's going to get cornered here. They see it coming. And honestly, you can, if you see how it's been playing out, Nazi doesn't have any alibis. It's working out in a way that Nazi becomes the most clear culprit. Gab whispered something into Beato's ear, and if Beato's supposedly trying to be Nazi's master, or Nazi's, helper, and Nazi governs over Beato, then this is unfavorable for this Beato illusion within Nazi, that Nazi's going to get cornered here. Gab whispered something into Beato's ear. Beato's mouth slowly widened into a crooked smile.
エリカが全員を集めたのは、むしろ我らには好都合です。観測者の及ばぬすべての闇は、我ら悪魔のもの。今を逃しては撃てぬ手かと。
All darkness outside the range of observers belongs to Stevens. This may be the only time to make that move. So you are going to make the move of making Kinzo disappear? Having Kinzo go missing?
夏日は金動けぬ駒なれど取らせることは許されぬ。先手を取る。ここで失すると夏日が詰められる。ガープ頼めるか。
If you slip up here, not to be cornered. Gab, can I count on you? Okay, so I guess they are going to go with Kinzo goes missing move.
もちろん密室トリックもアリバイもミステリーなんて私がまとめて風穴を開けてあげるわ。任せて。私が始末する。
Alright, do that then, Gab. I'm excited to see what you're gonna do. Ah, there she's gone. She fell through a pit hole. A pitch black hole opened up in the floor and swallowed up Gap along with the chair she sat in. Then a hole opened in the ceiling and spat just the chair back out, dropping it back into its original spot. Okay.
厄介なことになりましたな。
なるほどな。ラムダデルタ教にかかっては、わらわすらも駒に過ぎぬというわけか。序盤は駒の損得より展開を急げという。かなわぬな、あの御人には。そうはさせぬぞ。夏日はわらわの仕える最後の主。このベアトリーチェと契約する限り、決して取ることかなわぬ駒と知れ。
Know that this is a piece you'll never be allowed to take as long as she has a contract with me. Alright, I'm excited to see how you're going to defend Nazi from Erika's and Lambda's clutches.
の部屋は空っぽ、ベッドは空っぽだったけど、それまでの5人の殺害現場と同じでおびただしい血痕が残されていたわ。
Krauss's room was empty, the bed was also empty, but massive bloodstains, similar to the crime scenes where the other 5 were murdered, remained there. Okay.
でも死体はない。
There was no corpse.
ないわね。
Nope.
じゃあ死んでない。
Then he isn't dead.
ないかもね。
Maybe not. Another glass break.
どういうこと？兄さんはどこにいるのよ。
Alright, this might be a good place to end it, you know. And then next time, actually, just before we end it, we'll check out Genji's character file, and then we end it, right? I was going to say next time we'll check out the character file with Genji and Krauss at the same time, but since they're about to find, you know, they're about to inspect Krauss's room and stuff like that, I think we can leave that for next time. And we'll check out Genji's character file here. Now I think about it, this part might end up being shorter than an hour long, but that's fine. We haven't had a part that's shorter than an hour long in a very, very long. I don't think we've had it since like episode 2 or something, or one, I don't know, a long time. So you know, I can treat you guys to shorter quote-unquote parts sometimes. So Genji, corpse is covered in the servants' quarters on the first floor of the mansion. The direct cause of death is unknown, but his neck has been sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound is deep enough that anyone can easily confirm that his death with absolute certainty. So similar description to wait, what's the difference? The direct cause of death is unknown, but his neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound similar to the way it's described with George's corpse, but it's a severing quarters rather than the upper floor of the guest house. But his neck has been sliced open by a sharp blade. But his neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. Oh, the difference is has been and was sliced. Has been, was sliced. The wound was deep. The wound is deep. Interesting. So they're using a past tense for George here, but they're using a different tense for Genji. The wound is deep enough. Okay, that's Genji. Nothing going on the witch side, I don't presume. You already read this. Yeah. We already read that. We already read about Lambda. Okay, yeah, we already read everything. So we'll check out the rest next part. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. And yeah, alright, y'all. Peace.